Hey guys, so it seems like we do have some good news here about the Samsung Galaxy S5, and this time around it's about the 16GB variant. The Galaxy S5 of course will be available in different variants like 32GB variant, and I haven't seen the 64GB variant. And what's interesting about the Galaxy S5 was that with the Galaxy Note 3 last year, Samsung went over to only have it in like 32 and 64GB variant from what I did see. But now with S5 again, they are moving down to 16GB again, 16GB variant. I think that's because the Galaxy S5 is a little bit more of a mainstream device. They want to try to keep the price low, while the Galaxy Note 3 is a little bit of a more like niche-based device, even though it's been going a little more mainstream the last couple of years here. But we have some good news about 16GB variant of the S5. Now, when the Galaxy S4 last year came out with 16GB variant, we only had 9GB available actually. But this device here is almost going to have 2 more gigabytes available. So 10.7GB available on the 16GB variant, where you'll be able to install games and stuff. Now here's the thing, I mean, you do have this micro SD slot also in this phone, 128GB, but most of the time the Google Play Store games are just getting bigger and bigger now in size. A few of them is already in a few couple of gigabytes. If you want to, I mean, usually you won't be able to install them on the micro SD slots. Even if you buy a big micro SD slot card, you won't be able to move over all that app data to the SD card. So 10.7GB on 16GB variant, that's like what you're gonna have to install heavy games. So that's maybe for a maximum of like 5 heavy games, and that kind of sucks. And I'm probably sure that it's gonna be a little bit harder to get the 16GB or the 32GB variant of the S5, because that's something that I did see last year with the Galaxy S4. Most of the time I saw 16GB variants. 32GB variant was definitely not as popular, but it could be good. I mean, if you want to be able to have a lot of games on your device, yeah, it's gonna suck a little bit. It's a little bit easier probably with iPhones. I don't think that they take up as much as like 5 GB almost. Android is a pretty heavy operating system that's taking up a lot of storage here. So, yep, that's just the way it is. So, but yeah, it's definitely an improvement from the S4. I mean, 10.7GB versus 9GB only available. That is still pretty good. That is a good step up from last year, but definitely next year I would definitely want to see like 32, 64GB variants only. So you definitely would be able to install ton of more games and apps on your device. Peace out.